Hi, good morning, all of you guys. Hope all of you can hear me. Yes, guys. Anyone? Can you please confirm, guys? Is I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Right, guys. Fine. So, guys, I can see. Just let me know, guys. Anybody has been joined for the today's class? Is today is your first class? Like I can see some guys who has been joined for the today's class. Like Ajit, I think yesterday you have joined, right? Anyone? Yes, just a minute. Swapnil. Yeah, Ajit, you have joined yesterday, right? Okay. Swapnil. Okay, Swapnil is going to be today's class. Just let me know, guys. Just I want to tell you like what has been happened yesterday. That is only thing I want to just to tell you that. Okay. No worries, guys. I just want to inform you that like yesterday I have taken the first demo class actually, guys. The first demo class I have been got taken yesterday. I didn't started with any much practical implementation also. Still we are in some kind of the intro part actually, guys. So just we are going to be trying to understand like what is data science, what are the core concepts of data science, like what exactly we have to learn, what topics we are going to be learning in our course curriculum. So I'm just giving some kind of the introduction part of like what exactly we are going to be learning as part of this particular the data science sessions actually, guys. Okay. So that is, guys, yesterday. Just don't worry. Yesterday, just an hardly it is 50 minutes class. I have been got taken, and after that, I have 10 minutes. I have taken some the questions from the participants actually. Okay. So no worries, guys. Once again, I'll explain what has been what we have been got done in this today's class once again. So just as few points like what is data science. So we discussed it that data science is all about some learning some various different types of techniques we are going to learn actually, guys. It all about learning some kind of a techniques we are going to learn about. Why do you require all those particular techniques actually, guys? Those techniques are mainly to get some kind of an insights from the data actually, guys. So what is our basic target is, guys, to get some kind of an insights from the data we are going to be using. Just a second, guys. Right. So our main target is to get some kind of an insights from the data. So what are the different skills that are going to be required? And even I told you about that. It is going to be all about understanding the techniques only. Implementation is going to be done by using some kind of a programming languages like Python or R. We are going to use this actually. Don't worry about a programming language. Maybe some guy says that, sir, I was completely from non-IT background. Can I learn this particular data science? Absolutely, we can learn it actually, guys. Because this data science is not a subject of computer science engineering. As I told you, it can be handled by anyone. It can be handled by anyone wherever you want to work with the data actually, guys. So yesterday we have just started with some introduction part of what is data science. But I told you guys to understand really what do you mean to say data science, it is going to take some kind of a time it will take it. So I'm using a writing pad actually, guys. So it's just like looks like I'm writing on a whiteboard actually. So except you can't see me, that's it. But remaining all experience will be just like a classroom only, it will be there. I don't use any notepads actually, guys. So notepads are going to be time taking process. So if I want to type anything on the notepad, it's a time taking process. But here I can write it very easily. So if you want to, I want to show that. If I really want to show that, yesterday I have shown you an example actually, guys. Just let me show you. What is a data science? So I have to explain like this actually, guys. Data is there. It has to be given to the machine. Machine is going to get the insights. Using the insights, we can do some kind of a prediction actually. But same example, instead of writing all these things, when quickly I can do it actually, guys. There is a data was there. Data was given to the machine. Machine is going to give you the insights. And using that insights, I can do some kind of a prediction what we can do that. So explanation can be done very easy if I write it by using the freehand. Whereas whenever we are typing, I want to explain some flow, you cannot explain that particular flow. I can draw it very easily. I can draw the circles. I can draw all these things very easily here now. But whereas in notepads, I cannot draw it actually. In notepads, I cannot draw that kind of an applications, right? So I'm going to using some kind of an freehand writing only I'm going to be uses. For that, I'm going to be using a device called as an a pen tablet I'm going to be using, which is came from a company called as an Wacom. So it is a very a very popular company actually, guys, which has been designed basically for art designs. Basically, these artists and designers will be there. No, those will use this actually. They use some kind of an high-end devices. They will use this, but I'm going to be using which is a very low end, which is not a low end actually, which is a basic level of devices. I'm going to be using it actually. If you want, you can go and check it out. The website is going to be, the Wacom is going to be the name of the company I'm using it actually. Okay. It cost me only somewhere around 7,000 or something like that. Not too much actually. The device is in, it's a very not high costly. You have up to devices up to 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs also we have it. But I'm using, which is going to be somewhere around, it is 7,000. I think it has been costed me almost all from around 6-7 years back only I started using that. My first device was it was damaged. I have brought a new one. Now I'm using a new one actually. It's an just same device, but I was very satisfied with that. So I'm going to be using that. I have seen some other devices, but Wacom device is going to be very best for this online teachings and all these things. I will be using this kind of a device I'll use this. Okay. No worries, guys. Let us go ahead. So yesterday we have been discussed about what is data science. So in the data science, we are going to be learning about one of the main concept, what we are going to call it as a machine learning actually, guys. We are going to be learning something, a very important concept, the main topic actually, guys, which is going to be machine learning. First important is we have to learn machine learning, guys. After machine learning, we can just expand your skills by using something like deep learning, NLP, AI. All these are going to be the next level concepts. First of all, we have to learn this concept called as a machine learning actually, guys. What is machine learning? I have been told you about some basic examples actually, guys. Data was given to the machine. Machine is going to study the data, and whatever it has been understood, it is going to be giving the insights. Based on that insights, we can do some kind of a predictions. So example, I can explain you about an example actually, guys. Like as I told you about, which is going to be what are my past customers in a bank. Let us say that in a bank, let us say that there are some past customers are there. Let us say that in an example of loans department or a credit cards, etc., etc. So let us take example of a credit card examples. So we have given the bank has given the loans to the credit cards to various customers, but some of them are repaying their particular the credit card whatever that amount is there. So they are paying it promptly by the end of the given date or by the given whatever the time period it has been got given. But some people are not paying their particular credit card bills promptly. So before giving this particular loan, so there are very big headache for us, because we have to go to some legal departments, give some we have to issue some kind of a legal kind of a notices we have to do, and all these things a big procedure actually. So for the bank, there is an extra burden on that. They have to hire some lawyers, okay, and they have to go to the court and court fees. All these are very big headache for the banks. That's why what the banks are thinking is, before giving a credit card or before issuing a credit card, why can't you have an analysis or why can't you have a prediction whether he will pay the promptly, the amounts very promptly, the bills promptly, or does not pay it promptly actually. So the past customers, if you analyze the data, we are going to get some kind of an insights. Insights is nothing but, guys, some understanding about the data. So once if you look into the past customers data, you will get some kind of an information from them. So who are paying promptly, who are not paying promptly, what are their particular characteristics. So based on that, in future, whenever a new customer applies a loan, so whether to predict, we have to predict actually, yes. Predict means, you know, that what could happen. So predict that particular, whatever the credit card issues. So to whom I have to give, to whom I should not give it actually. Like even in the loans department also, some customers are taking the loans, but they are not paying the EMIs promptly. Okay, so who is paying the EMS promptly and who is not paying the EMS promptly? If you study them, you will get some kind of an information from that. We'll get some kind of an information on that actually. So based on that, we can decide. So in future, to whom I have to give the loans, to whom I should not give the loans. You can talk about a lot of examples actually, yes. A lot of examples we can do that. Like for example, just an example actually, guys. For example, from the last 10 days, if you analyze the climatic conditions, every alternate 2 days, there is a rain was there. So I can predict tomorrow whether it could be rain or whether it could not rain. And another best example I can talk about them actually, guys. Our best example I can talk about, which everybody knows about in real time, is going to be your emails actually, guys. You know that whenever you open your email, whenever you enter your email actually, guys, some emails will go to your inbox and some emails will be there in the spam folder actually, guys. You know what is meaning of spammers? Spammers are going to be nothing but some kind of an frauders, what we can say, that they will send some kind of an spam emails or a spam links they will send you, and you using that they can do some kind of a scams, they can do it actually. So whenever there is an incoming email is coming actually, guys, whenever a new incoming email comes, okay, whenever incoming email comes, so how the mail server will identify that it is going to be a spam, how it is going to know that it is going to be an inbox actually, guys. So generally you may have an idea about this, guys. Spams which are not spams, they are called as ham messages, we are going to call it as. Ham is nothing but which are not spam messages. Opposite of spam is ham. So which one are spam messages, which one are ham messages? How do you know it actually, guys? So we have been studied the past emails. You have studied the past emails. We analyzed the past emails. So we identified that the spam messages are going to be containing the words like, which is going to be something like a lottery or something like a prize or something like a cash. Okay, something like a one. We have some kind of a words are there actually, guys. So what we have been learned from that particular past emails is whenever these kind of a words are going to be there, they are going to be comes under the spam messages, or else there are going to be some kind of an ham messages. But who is doing all this study actually, guys? The machines are going to do all these case studies. This is one of the best example in our machine learning actually, guys, which we are going to call it as an spam and ham classifications. We are going to call it as. It is an example is going to be what we can call it as a spam and a ham classification. We are going to call them actually, guys. It is one of the best example actually. So predicting whether a email is an spam or a ham is one of the best example of your, which is going to be machine learning. So what we are going to do here actually, guys, we are giving all the emails. We are giving all the emails to the machine. Machine will study from the data actually. So these are the words which are mostly appeared in the spam, and these are the words which are appearing more in the ham. So using this, we can predict whether a new incoming mail is an spam or a ham actually, guys. Even some kind of a medical diagnosis. It is medical diagnosis actually, guys. So if the patient is having so and so symptoms, so we have some kind of an symptoms are going to be there actually, guys. We are having the patient is having a symptom. So it is going to be whether it is for a particular disease, whether the diagnosis is a positive or whether it is negative. So how the devices are going to be, how the machines can predict them actually, guys. So it analyzed the past, whatever the patient's data is there. So what kind of symptoms of positive cases are there? What type of symptoms and negative cases are there? It studied the data actually, guys. Based on this, whenever a new patient comes, depending on the symptoms, whether it was positive, whether it is negative, it may not be symptoms or even some based on some kind of an clinical data actually. So whenever patient is having some issue, some kind of an health issue, he goes to a doctor. So based on that particular the symptoms, the doctor says that maybe it is going to be so and so. So to evaluate whether it is correct or not, he will ask us to go to a clinical test actually. It may be some kind of a blood sample or some other sample it is going to be. So depending on the clinical data, he is going to say that yes, this is diagnosis positive, this diagnosis is going to be negative, something like that. So now the machines are also able to do it actually, guys. Some machines are also going to be able to do that actually. So in coming days, everything once the AI is going to be comes into healthcare and etc. So no need to go to a consultant doctor actually. Directly based on our clinical reports only. So what kind of a diagnosis, what kind of an health diagnosis it is going to be. So the machines itself is going to say that it's already there actually, guys. It's already there. Okay, but still we are having not that much accurate. That's why some kind of an human interpretation is going to be required. But in coming days, human interpretation is not required. The machines itself is going to interpret the clinical data with 100% accurately. They will say, so this is going to be so-and-so diagnosis, and this is going to be the so-and-so treatment actually. So we can talk about a number of cases actually, guys. A number of cases we can talk about them. Don't think that it is only based on, that means this kind of a machine learning can be only analyzes the data which is there in the text format only, guys. You can also give some kind of a machines with some images. So we can do this kind of an applications actually, guys. Some images of some human faces actually. Images with some kind of an human faces actually, guys. And I'll tell the machine saying that this image is a male and this image is a female. I'm going to give some males and female images. Now machines can study this data and it is going to understand the data actually, guys. I have given some images of human faces with males and females. I given to the machine actually, guys. Machine understands the images. Machines are going to understand the images, guys. So who are males and who are females, it will identify. And whenever I give a new image, it will tell you whether the person in the image is whether it is a male or whether it is a female. The machine predicts whether the person in the image is a male or a female. But how it will predict actually, guys? By understanding the images of males and females. How it is done, we'll see it later actually, guys. How it is going to be done, we can see it later. Not only from the images, guys. We can make the machine to predict whether when I play for an audio, whenever I have an audio file, whether the person in the audio or whether the speaker in that particular audio is whether the person is a male or a female actually. So from audios, we can identify whether the person is a male or a female. Machines will tell you actually, guys. From images, the machine is going to tell you whether there are males or whether there are going to be females. So we have a multiple examples we can write it actually, guys. Once if we go to the implementation, we can write a lot of examples what we can write it. But as I told you, data was given to the machine. Machine is going to study the data and machine is going to find out some kind of an insights from the data. Based on that, we can do some kind of a prediction. If everything is done by the machine, then what is my work here actually, guys? If everything is machine, if you give the data to the machine is studying the data. Anybody can pass the data to the machine actually, guys. You don't require to learn all these things actually. Some basic ideas how to pass the data to the machine, if you know, that is sufficient. You can become a machine learning expert. But there are so many technical aspects are there here, guys. As I told you yesterday, today we are going to be having some kind of a discussion about what are the different type of technical aspects. That means as a machine learning expert, what are the skills that we have to require it actually, guys. So simply to say that machine learning is a very simple workflow actually, guys. Data was given to the machine. Machine is going to study the data and it is going to give you some kind of an insights. And based on that insights, we can do some kind of a predictions can be gets done. But directly machines won't take the data directly, guys. So what are the different skills that are going to be required? The first skill is going to be, guys, you have to know about how do you collect the data. That is the first skill we have to require, guys. That is what we are going to call it as a data collection is the first skill what you require. Sir, is it data collection is also one kind of a skill? Yes, absolutely, guys. Why? Because nowadays the data is not coming only in a single format actually, guys. Previously, some years back, the data used to come only within only just a 2 to 3 formats only we used to get it actually. But nowadays we have got a lot of different type of storages has been came actually, guys. So the main source of storages actually, guys, nowadays so many different type of storages we have got. Like mostly we are going to be having earlier days actually, guys. We used to have mostly with the database systems, but nowadays database systems are almost all we are not using for any data storages actually. But we are having some kind of a databases, or it may be some kind of an CSV files, or it may be some Excel sheets. All these we generally know it actually, guys. Databases, CSV files, Excel sheet. These are common skills actually, guys. But nowadays there have been a lot of cloud storages we have got it actually, guys. So sometimes the data is going to be there in a cloud storages. like it may be like Azure, or it may be it may be Microsoft Azure, or it may be something like an Amazon Web Services, AWS, or something like a Google Cloud Platform, or it may be something like an Oracle storages. We have so many cloud storages are there. So here we have to have a skill, not only just to read the data from CSV, or not to just read the data from Excel sheets, or not just to read the data from some other files actually, guys. You should be very expertise. You should know about all the different type of storages. So nowadays we have got so many other storages all got actually, guys. Like we have got some kind of a storages called as N, which is going to be some kind of an JSON storages. We have got it. Okay. And cloud storages, we have got it. So many are there actually, guys. There are so many services, and there are going to be, which is going to be, there are different type of storages has been got came actually, guys. Okay. So that is the reason we have to know how to extract the data actually, guys. How to collect the data from various systems. It is one of the skill. Even not only that, sometimes we have to extract the data directly from websites, which is going to be what we are going to call it as a web scraping technique. We have to know about that. So there are multiple skills are there. Don't think that there is a simply CSV file is there, directly pass the CSV file to the machine. No, the data may be available in multiple formats. The data is nowadays is coming in different storages. So how to collect the data from all these storages is one of the skill which we have to know about that. We learn all these things actually, guys. So web scraping is nothing but we use as a technique to extract the data from the websites actually, guys. Okay, by using something like an Amazon sites or any e-commerce sites, or it may be some kind of social medias like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. We are going to be using actually, guys. It is a technique what we are going to call it as what is the technique is going to be called as, guys? It is what we are going to call it as a web scraping technique is what we are going to call it as actually, guys. It is called as some kind of a technique what we are going to call it as a web scraping technique is what we are going to be calling it as actually, guys. Okay, just give me a second, guys. Right, guys. Right, let's continue, guys. So the first skill we have to require, because machines does not know, guys, where is the data was there. So we have to know the technique of how to collect the data from various systems. I'll use as, guys, I'll use as some kind of a database systems, CSV files, Excel sheets, cloud storages. Even there is some kind of a NoSQL kind of a databases are also there. Databases means nowadays both SQL and NoSQL databases are also there actually, guys. We'll see them how to collect the data from different kinds of system. It's not just like in 1 day or 2 days class actually, guys. Data extraction itself is going to take a lot of time for us. Okay. Once if you collect the data actually, guys, first of all, we have to understand some basic information. Machines will study the data, but before giving it to the machine, whether the data is in a proper format, whether the machines can learn from the data or not, or whether the data in a format such a way that the machines can understand it or not. Sometimes you may not get a data which is there in a proper structure actually, guys. Some kind of a raw formatted data will come. So we have to do some kind of an analytics on that particular data. So the next skill which we have to do is, guys, we have to perform a particular task or a particular process, what we are going to call it as a data analytics actually. So don't think that data analytics means we are trying to understand the data, guys. You're not trying to understand the data. We are trying to understand whether the data is in a proper structure, such a way that the machines can study. If I simply give the raw formatted data to the machines can't study the data, guys. Like examples actually, guys. Previously, I have been discussed about like email identification actually, whether the email is a spam or a ham. Don't think that directly if you give the emails directly to the machine is going to study the data actually, guys. Machines can't study the data. So from the email is nothing but just like a text is there. So whatever the email text is there, we have to do some basic cleaning and all these things we have to do. And then we have to pass the data to the machine. Directly, don't think that if you directly pass the email, the machine will learn it actually. Machines can't learn it directly like that. There is some style is there. There is going to be some process is there. We have to follow that. And not only that, actually, guys, sometimes there is a lot of issues with the data also. Sometimes data will be missing from the data. Some data will be missing, or some inappropriate and the inappropriate data is going to come, or irrelevant data are going to come. So to identify all that kind of an issues and all these things, first of all, we have to do some kind of a data analytics. What we have to do, guys. Data analytics means we are trying to just understand how is the data. We are not trying to understand what is the data, guys, how the data was there, whether the data is in a proper style or not, whether the data is in a proper structure or not, so that the machines can learn actually. So we are just doing some kind of a modeling actually, guys, such a way that the machines are going to learn. Otherwise, machines can't learn it actually. Then the third skill is going to be, as I told you now, guys, there are going to be some kind of an issues with the data. So sometimes there is going to be some kind of a missing data will be there. If the data was missing, the machines can't learn from the data, guys. If even a single value was missing, machines can't learn from them. Says that you are having some missing data. So how to handle that kind of a missing data? Or sometimes, as I said, that there is going to be some kind of an irrelevant data was there. So what to do with that particular irrelevant data? All these are going to be comes under some concept called as, which is going to be some kind of a data cleansing. Who is going to do all these things, guys? These are all going to be done by the user. Manually, we have to do it, guys. We have to do the data collection. We have to do the data analytics. We have to do some kind of a data cleansing. Data cleansing is nothing but you are cleaning the data actually, guys. So some kind of an irrelevant data are there, or inaccurate data will be coming. So what to do with that, how to handle that kind of a situations. All these are going to be some of the skills we require, guys. Then the most important actually, guys, to understand the data more and more effectively, you have to require a very, very important skill called as, which is going to be a data visualization skill actually, guys. One of the very important skill, which we are going to call it as a data visualization skill actually, guys. So every person who is working on these data science projects, without knowing a data visualization, we cannot survive. It is a very important skill actually, guys. So immediately don't think that, sir, data visualization means, sir, shall I learn any about something like a reporting tools like Power BI or Tableau? All these are not required, guys. You can do it, but apart from that, everything we are going to be doing with the help of an Python only, we are going to do it actually, guys. With the help of some kind of a Python only, we are going to do it actually, guys. Python or R, whatever the language you want to use it. Don't think that, sir, we have to learn some kind of a tools like Power BI, Tableau, or SSRS or something like that. Not required actually, guys. Not required. We are going to do the complete data visualization with the help of the Python only. We are going to be doing it actually, guys. So these are all the techniques and process which a data scientist has to know. First of all, you have to collect your data. So I don't know where is the data was there. It was not there in a CSV file. It is there in a cloud storage. How to extract the data from the clouds? How to extract the data from the clouds? If you want to connect with Microsoft Azure, if you want to work with Amazon Web Services, or if you want to work with a Google Cloud Platform, so how to extract them actually? So we are going to learn all that kind of skills we are going to learn it. And after loading the data, do some basic analysis on the data, such a way that we can identify is there any issues with the data is there. If any such kind of an issues are there, please clean the data actually, guys. And after cleaning the data, we are going to be going some kind of a data visualization technique, what we are going to use it. So what is data visualization, guys? Putting all your data in a visual context, we are going to be putting so that you can understand the data more effectively. So visually, the data is going to be more understandable, guys, rather than using some kind of text-based values or text-based, instead of using a text-based values, better to use a data visualization skills. These are all some kind of prerequisites, guys, which a user has to do them manually. Machines won't do them, guys. Machines can't collect the data automatically by themselves. Machines can't perform the analysis automatically by themselves. Machines cannot cleanse the data. Machines cannot go for a data visualizations. All these are going to be some of the manual skills which these data scientists or data science experts are going to require it actually. Okay, so That is going to be one of the thing what we have to do it actually, guys. Now, once the data was ready for learning, the machines are going to be gets learned from the data. We are going to call it as training, guys. Okay, it is machine learning from our perspective. From machine perspective, it says that machine is learning actually, guys. But from our perspective, we are saying that your machine is going to be trained. Like for example, as I told you now, guys, this machine learning is going to be just like this machine learning is going to be just like which is going to be just like how the humans are going to learn actually, guys. How the humans are going to learn, in the same way the machines are also going to learn. Like in our school days, we went to the school. In our as a kids, we have been went to the school actually, guys. So in schools, what will happen actually? The teachers are going to train the students. So from teacher point of view, the teacher is saying that we are teaching, that we are giving some training to the students. From a student's perspective, what the student says that we are learning from the teachers actually. So student perspective, it is learning. From teacher's perspective, it is going to be training actually. Teachers won't say that students are learning. We say that students are trained. We are training the students. Okay, and student says that we are going to be learning from the teachers. So same as it is here also, we are going to be gets working with the same techniques. We are going to be gets working with them. Okay, so what is an ideas about this one actually, guys? The machines are going to be gets trained actually, guys. The machines are going to be gets trained. That is nothing but what we are going to call it as model training is what we are going to call it as, guys. Okay, that is what we are going to call them as a model training is what we are going to call it as. Analytics is nothing but, Ajit, analytics is nothing but you are understanding the data. Data visualization is also going to help you to analyze the data only. But we cannot say that every time analysis, the visualization is going to be used for analyzing the data only, guys. Okay, so just give me a second, guys. I'll change the option actually. Okay, so guys, whenever you're posting a question, so please post the question by using the send to all option actually, guys. To everyone, there is an option is there so that everybody will be on the same page actually, guys. Okay, just please be online, guys. Just give me a second. I have just gotten a small technical issue. Just please be online, guys. Please be online. I'll be back. Yeah, guys. Let's continue, guys. Let's continue, guys. Sorry, there was a small mic issue. Just I rectified it. Yeah. So what I'm talking about, yes, Ajit is asking, guys, please, whenever you get a question, actually, guys, please post it to everyone so that everyone can see that particular message, actually. Otherwise, they don't understand what I'm talking about. Yes. So Ajit is asking, saying that what is the difference between analytics and visualization? Yes. Analytics is a skill where we are going to, where you are going to trying to understand the data, guys. Okay. So there is some data was there. So you're trying to understand that particular data. So what is data visualization is? Visualization is also one skill which will is a part of your data analytics. That means to make your analytics easy, we are going to take the help of a visualizations. So visual is what is visual actually, guys? You are just putting the data in a visual format. Some data you cannot understand when you see the values. When you see the text data, you cannot understand it actually, guys. You cannot understand what it is saying. But put the data into a visual format actually, guys. Then you can understand how that particular data is going to help you actually. Okay. What is the story behind the data is what that particular data visualization tells you. Okay. So otherwise, I'll show you one small example also at the end of the class. I'll just take 2 minutes of time and I'll show you an example also, guys. Okay, fine, Ajit. Right. So once again, guys. So once again, I'm talking about, so collect your data and do some kind of a data analytics and do some kind of a data cleansing if it is required and perform some kind of a data visualizations actually. Now the main important step actually, guys. What is the main important step is going to be, this is what we are going to call it as, we are giving some training actually, guys. So who is going to be gets trained actually here now? The machine. Machine means, as I told you, there is something called as an ML model will be trained actually, guys. That's why we are going to call it as an model fitting, or what we are going to call it as a model training we are going to call it as, guys. Or simply we'll say that train the model actually, guys. Don't worry. I will just clarify these terminologies later actually, guys. Once again, model fitting, or what we are going to call it as train the model. So here model is nothing but your machine learning models will be there, guys. There are different types of machine learning models. Okay. You can treat the model as a student, guys. Model is nothing but a kind of a student. So we are going to give some training. So train the model, or we simply say that model fitting, what we are going to call it as. Here the machine is going to learn actually, guys. Here the machine is going to learn. Where the machine is going to learn is, in this step only the machine is going to do this. Remaining all these operations are going to be manually done by the user. So we have to do the data collection, we have to do the data analytics, we have to do the data cleansing, we have to do the data visualizations. But whenever we give, we'll only give the instruction. Everything is ready, machine, you can start studying. Everything, we made it ready, guys. You can just train, you can learn from that particular data. That is what we call it as a model fitting, or what we are going to call it as training a machine learning model. But how the machines are going to learn by themselves? Machines also can't be learned automatically by themselves actually, guys. They have the ability to learn. Who is giving that ability? That ability is going to be coming by something what we are going to call it as the algorithms actually, guys. So carefully, guys, just it's a little bit a technical aspects, a little bit higher level for the freshers. That means who are new to the data science is completely a new concept actually. So the machine learning models is going to be learned from the data. How they will learn? They have the ability to learn, but how that ability has came? It is due to this particular machine learning algorithms. So as I told you, so understanding all these skills are very easy, guys. Doing a data collection, data analytics, data cleansing, data visualization, all these are very, very simple skills only, guys. But mainly the models, that means how the training is going to be given to the machine, or how the machines are going to be capable to learn with the help of something called as an algorithms. Okay. So mainly the main concept in our course is, guys, you have to understand how these machine learning models will work. What is going to be the background behind them? How they are able to learn with the help of the machine learning models only. Sorry. With the help of these algorithms only, we are going to learning them, guys. The machines are capable to learn. If you don't have an algorithm, machines can't learn. So I have to say, so you have to learn by using so and so algorithm. This algorithm you have to use for learning this data. So I am going to choose as that algorithms. As a user, we are going to choose as that particular algorithms actually, guys. Okay. So mainly today, that means mainly today, the machine learning, deep learning, AI, data science has become very popular because, yes, guys, it is due to these particular algorithms. Actually, the main powerfulness of this data science is all about these algorithms only, guys. If really these algorithms are not there, really the machine learning would not come into the existence as of now. So today we are enjoying this machine learning, deep learning, AI related applications because it is due to these machine learning algorithms, guys. Not only machine learning algorithms, ML algorithms, deep learning algorithms, AI algorithms, we have a different core areas of these particular algorithms. So as I told you guys, this machine learning has been almost all we are hearing from around 2015 to 2016 actually, guys. Around in that particular time only this data science and machine learning was started. Even I remember in 2017, 2018 also, it was not well known to most of the people. So recently, hardly we can say that 5 years back actually, guys. Most of the people came to know about this data science is all about from the last 5-6 years of time, not more than that. But when the actually research has been started, guys, around in 1960s only it has been started. Around in 1959 only it was started actually, guys. Yesterday I told you about the person. Once again, I'll tell you. He is nothing but Arthur Samuel. He was an employee in IBM who is an expert in gaming and AI. In 1960s, he has developed this particular concept of machine learning. So then it started research in 1960s only, but then why it has been came into existence only after 2015? Why? Because is during that particular period, we don't have any powerful algorithms. We don't have any powerful algorithms. So today we are really enjoying the success stories of machine learning, deep learning, AI is due to these powerful algorithms actually, guys. And then you may get a doubt, sir, then why the powerful algorithms are unable to develop in 1969s and 1970s only? Why? Because is to develop and to run these algorithms, we require some kind of an high computing systems are required, guys. It is going to be high computing systems are going to be required. You can imagine in 1960s and 1970s, what is the computing power of our machines? Even till 2010 also, guys, your machines are very, very less computing machines actually. Almost all I remember, almost all in 2001 or 2002, I brought my first computer. You may hear about this news actually, guys. Maybe some of you may not has been used the computers. Maybe some of the guys are even may not be born in 2000, before 2000. Some of them has been born after 2000 also. Maybe like if any fresh graduates are there as of now, they maybe has been brought around in maybe in and around 2000 only. If I'm talking about 2001, 2003 means for them it is going to be just a 2 years, 3 years kid. At the time they don't know about anything about technology, isn't it? Now maybe once you have came into the school days, you have been known about that. But you may hear the news. You may hear the news. Most of the people, most of you guys may not be have seen about a manual banking systems. So really, these are going to be who are the latest generation actually, guys. So they really don't know about what are the manual operations. Some 20 years back or 25 years back, how the banks used to operate manual operations, guys. We don't have any ATM machines at that time. There is no computers in the bank at that time. Everything is manual work. We have to go to the bank, give some check, and you have to stay. You have to stand in the line for hours of hours. We used to stand. But nowadays, just with a tip of our finger, with a fingertip, you are doing a transactions actually. And you know this, guys. Whenever I'm talking about this technology, guys, olden days means don't think that 100 years before and 200 years before, 500 years before. Hardly it is 20 years back actually, guys. I remember 20 years back, I remember. So a lot of technology change has been taken place. Lot of technology change has been taken place. So do you imagine a computer? Can you imagine a computer which is having a 20 GB storage actually, yes? Just imagine a machine, a computer which is having 20 GB storage. At that time, 20 GB is sufficient actually, yes, because we used to C language, we C++, we used to work with Java, or hardly we used to work with VB or VB.NET only. That's it. We don't have these cloud computings. We don't have all these kind of whatever the cloud storages, and we don't have any big data systems during that particular time actually. Imagine a system which is having 20 GB of storage in 2001 actually, guys. 2001, 2002 means hardly 20 years back. Do you imagine, guys? My system used to be having a RAM of 128 MB, guys. It's not 128 GB. It is 128 MB RAM actually, guys. Nowadays, your normal mobile, a smart mobile is coming, which is going to be having somewhere around 64 to 128 GB storage. Nowadays, as of the current mobiles are coming actually, guys. And which is going to be coming at least with a 4.2, which is going to be 8 GB of RAM is coming actually, isn't it? So your machines, your mobiles are coming with a 4 GB to 8 GB RAM and 64 to 128 GB to 256 GB of storage is coming actually, guys. So the mobile which was latest, whatever we are using currently, there are very far better than the computers which was there in some 20 years before actually. So mainly there are two reasons actually, guys. One is in powerful algorithms. Why powerful algorithms was unable to be developed in 1950s, 1960s? Computing power. So actually today we are really enjoying this whatever the technology of machine learning, all these things, it is all about algorithms, and which is going to be all about the computing power of your systems actually, guys. Your computing power of the systems actually. These made all these particular changes actually, guys. Both of them are completely related due to this high computing power and due to some kind of an powerful algorithms. So how we are able to develop powerful algorithms? It is because due to the computing power. Earlier days, earlier years, we don't have this kind of an computing power. That is the reason why we are unable to develop any powerful algorithms. But now we are able to develop a powerful algorithms is due to all these kind of an computing systems. So that made this particular machine learning came into the existence actually. So mainly as part of our course curriculum, we have to learn all about this particular algorithms actually, guys. We have to learn all about this particular algorithms is what we have to learn about that. So we'll study which algorithm is going to be used for what purpose, and which algorithm is going to be works, what is the math behind them, what is the concept behind them. Okay, so models are going to be trained actually, guys. Don't worry, I'll tell you about some more skills actually. Like machine has been learned, machine has been got trained, machine has been learned from the data. But whatever it is learned, how much extent it is correct, how much accurately that learning is good. So to understand that, we have to do some kind of an evaluations actually. Evaluation of model performance. Anyhow, I'll discuss all these things in the later classes actually, guys. Once again, evaluation of model performance. Like just like you went to the school. In the school, we have learned something. But how much extent we have been learned it correctly, what we used to do, the school, the teachers used to conduct some kind of a test, some kind of an exam. So in the exam, they will give some kind of a questions. We have to answer them. How many of them you have been correctly answered? How many of them you have been wrongly we have been answered them? So depending on that, our marks is going to be depending on that. Same as it is in machine learning also actually, guys. Machines will learn from the data. But how much extent that learning is done, how much accurately that particular learning is correct, we have to do some kind of an evaluation of model performance. And after that, what we are going to do is, guys, we'll try to improve the model performance. Improving of model performance actually, guys. It is improving of, which is going to be what we are going to call it as a model performance improving is going to be done. And finally, once the model is done, guys, we have to do some kind of an deployment we have to do. Okay, so these are going to be the 8 skills which are required. Deployment, we can skip it actually, guys. Deployment is a common thing. Whether you learn machine learning, whether you learn Java, whether you learn anything, deployment is going to be a common concept actually. But whenever it is going to comes to the implementation of a data science, all these are the skills which we have to do, guys. So this skill is manually done by the user. Data analytics we have to do, data cleansing we have to do, and apart from that, even once again, even this particular data visualization is going to be what we are going to do it. And only this step actually, guys, is done by the machine. But even the machine does not do automatically by itself, guys. We have to specify which algorithm is going to use it for solving the problem. So we'll specify, use this algorithm. Using this algorithm only, you have to learn. Algorithm is going to guide the machine how to learn it actually, guys. And finally, we have to do some kind of an evaluation of model performance. Manually, user has to do. And improving of model performance also, the user is going to do it manually. Anyhow, deployment, I'm skipping it actually, guys. Leave this deployment process. So out of these 7 steps, what are the 7 steps we are talking about? Out of the 7 steps, only 1 step is going to be done by the machine. So simple to say that machine learning is all about just like growing. It is going to be nothing but like a planting, like a growing a plant actually, guys. So let us say that you have got one plant. Okay, let us say that you have been got a plant, and just you have been planted, for example, in an which is going to be in your house. You have been got planted actually. Simply, if you plant it and leave it, the plant cannot grow. The plant cannot grow actually, guys. You have to create some kind of an environment. We have to just create the environment. Plant grows automatically by itself. It does not takes any instruction from the human. We don't instruct them, guys. Today you grow, today you should not grow. Like that, I don't give any instructions. Plant will grow as part of their life cycle, they will grow automatically. But to grow it in a good environment, we have to give a proper environment. Okay, we have to provide a good environment, such a way that the plant can grow in an easy way. Otherwise, the plant does not grow. Isn't it? Same as it is. Machines are also going to be learned, but only thing is we have to give some kind of an environment for them. So first collect your data, do some analytics, clean them. If you require some kind of a data visualizations, do them. Then the machine will go for a training actually. But once the machine has been trained, how much effectively it has been trained, so evaluate its performance, how much effectively it is doing that. So in our school days also, what happens now? We'll go for an examination. In the examination, I have got 70 marks. For example, out of 100, we have got 70 marks. Then teachers will identify where I have been done the mistake. So where I'm going, where I'm losing the marks. So they will try to improve the performance. Isn't it? Same like how the human learning is there, guys. Even the machines are also going to be learned. Same as it is how the humans are going to be learned. Same as it is machines also learns actually. The only thing is here we are going to take some help of some computers to perform all these operations. So collect your data, do some analytics, do some cleansing. If you require some visualization is going to be required, train the model, check out how much extent the model is working, evaluate the model performance. If it is possible, try to improve the model performance. So these are going to be some of the skills which we have to know it actually, guys. Out of that, only the training is going to be done by the machine. Remaining all of them are going to be done by the user by himself only. So that is the main skill which a machine learning expert is required, guys. Whatever may be the algorithm, these skills are common actually, guys. You have to collect your data, you have to do some analytics, understand your data, clean your data, do some visualizations if you required, train the model, evaluate the model performance, and improve the model performance. Okay. So if you just for a timing, if you want to just check it out actually, guys, so you can just check it out. Just go to the online and just write down what is going to be steps for implementing or steps involved in machine learning process actually, guys. What are the main steps that are going to be involved in the machine learning process actually, guys? You can observe carefully. These are the machine learning steps actually, guys. The names are slightly different, but the concept is I didn't elaborate it now. So see, guys, collecting the data. As you know that machines initially learn from the data you given to them. So if the machine has to learn, first of all, we have to do some kind of a collections. And then we have to prepare the data, guys. Preparation of meaning that is you have to do some analytics, clean them, whatever you want, you have to prepare the data. I told you, choosing a model, training the model, evaluating the model, and parameter tunings, we have to do that. And finally, we make some predictions actually, guys. So just it's an idea, just I'm telling that, but you can do all this kind of a process practically when you go for that particular implementation actually, guys. Okay. So don't worry about that. Just I'm telling that what are going to be the skills, what are going to be the process, what we are going to be doing it actually, guys. Can you see? There are going to be data collection we have to do. What do you mean to say preparation of the data actually, guys? As I told you, okay. What is meaning of preparation of the data? After you have the data, you have to prepare it. You can do this by what we have to do it, guys. Cleaning the data to remove some unwanted data, missing values, rows and columns, duplicate values. How do you come to know that the data is missing? If you do some analytics actually. Okay, if you do some analytics, you will understand it. Visualize the data to understand how it's structured and understand the relation between them. All these things are required actually, guys. Okay. Remaining aspects, we'll see it later actually, guys. Choosing the model. Model means I told you, machine learning models are going to be gets required actually, guys. A machine learning task, a machine learning model determines the output you get after running a machine learning algorithm on the collected data. Okay. We'll see it is important to choose a model which is relevant to the task, all these things later. After that, I told you training the model actually, guys. So model is going to be gets trained, machines will learn. After that, how to evaluate the model? We are sending it to testing actually, guys. We are sending it to some kind of an evaluation. isn't it? So we are going to be calling it as an evaluation. And after that, we'll try to tune some parameters so that the performance will improve actually, guys. Once you have created and evaluated a model, see if the accuracy can be improved. Accuracy can be gets improved in any way. This is done by tuning some parameters actually. Okay. Finally, deployment has to be gets done. That is going to be a different process actually, guys. Okay. So don't worry about that. All these things we do it by using with the help of some Python code and all these things, what we are going to do it actually. So these are going to be, guys, the different skills what you have to learn it actually. Simply, if you just know how to train the model is not sufficient. You have to know how to collect the data, how to analyze the data, how to visualize the data, how to clean the data, train the model, evaluate the model performance, improve the model performance, and finally, it is going to be the deployment process actually, guys. Okay. So this is going to be my second introduction class regarding the data science, guys, regarding the machine learning concept actually. Don't worry, you'll slowly understand what is data science, all these things. Slowly we'll understand that particular skills actually, guys. Okay. So our first concentration is on machine learning, guys. So how the machine learning is implemented, what are the use cases, what are the implementations, what are the steps involved. We are moving towards the machine learning, guys. Once you while you're studying the concept of machine learning, you will understand what do you mean to say about a data science actually. Okay. So that is about my second class actually, guys. I'll take a one more introduction class for tomorrow, guys, where I'll just give you an idea about what are the different algorithms we are going to be having. So technical aspects, we don't do it, guys. We first initially start with some Python classes only. We are going to start with them. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys. And if you have any questions, we can spend a 5-10 minutes of time to clarify your questions, guys. Anyone, guys, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and you can speak, guys, if you have any questions. Anyone who has been joined for the today's class, if you have any questions. No questions, guys. Anyone?
Hi, Vamsi. This is Manohar.
Yeah, Manohar.
Yeah, I have six plus experience in SQL and Excel and Tableau.
Okay.
Yeah, I am suitable for this course, right?
Okay. Yeah. Because see, if you are already having some exposure to your data, so as you are saying that you are having some knowledge of SQL, generally, you know, in SQL, what you are going to do the things. Like we are going to be doing all that kind of a data manipulations, like storing the data, retrieving the data. Yes, but you are not about how to do the analytics part, right?
Yes.
Isn't it? Even in Tableau also.
Tableau. Yes.
Yes, you will project in Tableau, but the reports you are going to be giving to somebody. We don't know what is an importance of that particular report. So somebody is asking, you're giving the report. What they will do, you don't know about that. But here, you are going to study the data. You are going to study the patterns in the data. Based on this, we are going to be doing some kind of an predictions, what we are going to do that with the help of something called as a machine learning. So actually, I can say that whatever the work you are doing here is all part of your data analysis, right? That's the data analysis or data analytics, what you can say that. So that level, you are going to be moving a little bit higher level where you will feed all these data to the machine and will ask the machine to learn from the data actually. And if you are familiar with the Excel sheets, you may be already familiar with that, like something like a regression models that may be used as part of an Excel sheets. Did you use any kind of an that options in Excel sheets like regression models?
Only pivot like that only. Excel,
only pivots and all these things. Okay. Yes. Yeah, it's only just a data modeling you are going to do that. But when you go to the machine learning, you are trying to understand the data with the help of some machines. And you know that because you're already into the data side, you know that whenever higher dimensions data is there, it's very complicated to understand the data actually. So taking the help of the machines to evaluate that particular data and making the machine to learn from the data. And based on that, we can do some kind of a predictions. So if you're already exposure to the data, it is a very best data science is going to be the best option for you because already you have the exposure to the data. So getting the job is also very already you're having 6 years of experience. So now you can easily move towards the data science. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Sir, I have a question. So, do we
Right, guys.
learn
Yes.
business intelligence tools also?
One BI tool we are going to learn, which is Power BI.
Okay. At the end, sir, or at the beginning?
Okay. At the end. Actually, BI is an outdated concept, guys. BI is an outdated one. Now, BI has been got replaced everything by the machine learning actually. But still, outdated means it is an advanced systems. These data machine learnings are advanced systems. In BI, it is going to be nothing but only a part of a business intelligence. What is happening in the business? We are only talking about that. But here it is not like that. Based on the past, what could happen in the future prediction can be gets done. And the scope is not only limited to business intelligence. It can be a part of BI or it can be part of text analysis. BI, all these things does not work with the text analysis. So computer vision projects, images, all these things, BI can't work. But this data science and machine learning, deep learning, it is an advanced concepts than that particular BI. So almost all, whatever the things you do it in BI, you can do everything as part of your machine learning and deep learning applications. But anyhow, as you're asking that, there is one BI tool was there, which is nothing but Power BI is the tool what we are going to learn it actually.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, fine. Right. Any others? Yes.
Sir, one more doubt.
Yeah. Just a minute. Once
This,
Sundar is asking a question, sir, at first you are saying data science is apart from computer science. So computer science degree is not mandatory. I didn't say that it is part of a computer science. It is not a part of your computer science. It is not a part of your computer science, guys. Okay. So I'll show you just an example. I'll show you like just an example. We work in a company called as an Optum. So let me just open. Yeah, go ahead, guys. Anyone, if you have any questions, meanwhile, right? Yep.
So do we cover SQL sessions as well in this?
SQL is not required, guys. SQL is not at all required. See, whatever you do it in SQL, everything we are going to do as part of the, what we can say is as part of the Python, we are going to be doing it actually, guys. So really don't require any such kind of an SQL skills, because whatever the SQL skills are going to be required, everything is going to be done in the Python only. So you really don't require any such kind of an applications. Okay, fine. Yes.
sir,
Guys, I
as you
think,
have,
yeah.
sir, as you have mentioned that at the beginning, as per data science life cycle, we have to perform some kind of data analysis.
Yes, absolutely.
So for this data analysis, do we use Python libraries or BI tool?
Python libraries. The Python libraries will use this.
Okay.
We'll use everything. See, that's particular tools and all these things is going to be having a limited scope only. Python is providing all the utilities, open source, free to use. So everything you can do it very easily in the Python actually. So everything we are going to do it in the Python only. All these tools, what they will do actually, guys, they will do only up to that. Nowadays, even we are having some kind of an tools we have got it actually. Put it aside. But everything is going to be tools means generally limited scope only, guys. But these are going to be some kind of an scripting languages. So unlimited scope. You can write as much you can write it actually. Okay, fine. So let me show you a small role actually, guys. It's in 2 days back our company has posted, which is basically for a data engineering manager, which is having who requires somewhere around 10 to 15 years of experience, guys. See what are going to be the skills that are going to be required actually, guys. What kind of an graduates it is going to be required actually. Just a minute. So what kind of a graduates it is going to be required actually, guys. It does not require any computer science graduates, or it does not require any such kind of an any computer science related actually, guys. It is going to be you can see it's a big data, and you can see there is missing something, key skills. It is just a minute once. I think it's not this job. Okay, so they are asking something like who is having BCom, who is having a BCom, or who may be MSc Maths, or who may be BSc Maths. It does not matter actually, guys. Anybody who is having this kind of an, I think this one actually, guys, 7 to 12 years. I think this one. I think so. Or recently I have been seen. Just in Optum, we are having a very good opportunities actually, guys. See, these are all the latest jobs which we are hiring in our Optum. I work for this company called as an Optum actually. So it was missing actually somewhere. It is in data engineering role only we have got it actually. So they're asking for all these kind of skills actually, guys. Just they don't require any much skills are required. That means it don't require any PhD, or we don't require something like which one. I can show you the jobs. I can just find it off. So it's somewhere it is missing actually. It is from Optum. So there you can see some kind of a jobs like the requirement is going to be like it may be a BSc or MSc Maths, or which is going to be anybody who is going to be having the skills of that. It's need not to be something like it's need not to be something like you should be in computer experts and all these things actually. It's a data engineering role. We have got it actually recently. I think this one data engineer role, maybe Spark and all these things are asking. Okay, just a second. I'll just verify. Senior data science engineer, data engineering actually. So just a second once. These are the skills, guys, which is going to be the skills what you require. Okay, I may be missing somewhere here now. I will just leave it for the timing. So recently we have got a job where they're asking for something like a BSc or even BCom graduates also can apply for the jobs. So it is not a part of any computer science engineering, guys. Anybody who is having the ability to work with the data, they can study this particular data science course. But a little bit maths is going to be there actually, guys. Data science or data science people, experience in IT people can do the data science. No, guys. It's not at all that one. It's myth. That's it. It's just a myth actually. Okay. You are saying it now as myth of data science or data scientist people of experience in IT. No, guys. Because see, guys, it is all about some kind of a mathematical techniques. So who is going to be actually, guys? Data scientist is nothing but a combination of statistician and a computer expert. A software engineer with a statistical knowledge, or a statistician with a computer knowledge. That is what the data scientist is going to be all about. So little bit skill of statistics, a little bit skill of programming. It's going to be make you as a data scientist. It's not at all required. Why? Because we do it by using Python. For Python, you really don't require any computer knowledge or any programming language is not required. Anybody can do that kind of an applications. Okay. So even if the guy is from non-IT background also, they can learn this data science very easily. Only thing is the techniques are important. How to implement the technique in Python? Python is a very small scripting language, guys. It does not require to write any complicated logics also. You will understand once you start with an application, or tomorrow I'll show you guys one small practical example. Even somebody has asked me like what is the difference between data analytics and data visualization. I'll show you guys tomorrow. Just I'll show you one small practical example for that, so that you will understand the things. Okay, fine. Any more questions, guys? Okay, guys. So already 9:45, guys. So let's end up the session for here, guys. As a year gap, I can, yes, absolutely. 1 year, if you have a gap, that is sufficient. You can easily get a job, and experience letters and all these things, you can do it. We are having a lot of consultants are there. So you can approach a consultant and you can do that. And 1 year gap is not a big problem at all. 3-4 years means we have to have a consultant, but 1 year gap, even if you don't have a consultant, also sufficient. It does not matters at all. Okay, fine. 6 years. 6 years means 6 years gap you have it actually. 6 years gap you have it. So you have to cover 3 years at least, because 6 years we cannot cover with a fake experience, no? So better if you have, see, if you're already having an experience, that is a different case. 6 years means you can cover up to 3 years. 3 years you cover up, or maybe 4 years or something like that you cover up. 1 year on some other technology and 3 years on the data science actually. Beyond 3 years, if you go, you cannot handle the project if you are non-experienced. So better option is, so put some fake experience of 3 years, and then we can go ahead. Okay, fine, guys. Okay, guys. So thanks for today, guys, and we'll meet you tomorrow at the same time with the same link, guys. So maximum by tomorrow I'll complete of all the demo sessions, and from the next class I'm going to start with the main course curriculum. We'll start up with them, guys. Okay, so thank you for today, and we'll meet up in the tomorrow's class. Thank you all of you, guys.